are the Mythbusters. Adam Savage.
I'm done with science for today.
And Jamie Heineman.
Way to go there, buddy.
Between them, more than 30 years of special effects experience. They don't just tell the myths, they put them to the test.
Today on Mythbusters, Nicole and I are exploring some myths about faith formation at First Pres. I'm really excited to take on some of these myths. Maybe our first myth should be that pastors are immune from catching COVID. Oops, I think we can bust that one, right, Nicole?
Yeah, I think that's a total bust. Let's see what other myths we might be able to bust. So let's take on our first myth, that faith formation at First Pres is just for kids.
Ooh, I know how we can test this myth. Let's take a look at some evidence that we found from Follow Me last year. All right, so then just in case there was any doubt, could we get anyone here today who has been to Follow Me to stand up?
Well, Jenny, based on what I'm seeing, I think this myth is busted.
Yes, Nicole, I think that this is a myth we can definitely blow up. You know how much I like blowing things up.
Follow Me is our intergenerational faith formation program for all ages. We offer Sunday mornings from 9 to 9:45. It's a great time to come and meet someone new, spend some time in small groups and even age groups. While there are themes for about 4 weeks, each week is something new.
Awesome, Nicole. Well, how about our next myth? That we only have an offering for faith formation on Sundays. Any thoughts on how we might be able to test that myth?
Oh, I know. Why don't we phone a friend? Oh, wait, that's the wrong show. I know who could give us the intel on this. Why don't we just ask Carol or Deborah?
Well, our faith formation team actually has a committee that's devoted to adult faith education. We're the ones that have put together the Holy Spirit's gatherings around food and drink and conversation focused on a life founded on faith. This fall, we're launching a book study that's going to be looking at the book by Matthew Desmond entitled Evicted. That'll be 8 weeks. During Advent, we'll have Advent devotions. Next spring, there'll be another Bible study or book study, as well as Lenten devotions. So I think that answers your questions and might have busted some myths.
Well, Nicole, I think that is another myth that is busted. Don't you agree?
Oh, completely.
Oh. All right. I just can't get enough of these explosions. All right. So let's see if we can blow up another myth.
Jenny, what do you think about the next myth? Sometimes I hear that people can't come to all of the Follow Me sessions, and therefore they're afraid to come to just one.
You know, that's a tough one for sure. I wonder how we could test this out. Perhaps we could take a look at the content for Follow Me.
I can help with this one. While there are themes, it isn't a book club where everyone needs to have read the book. Each week is new and unique. You won't be missing anything if you skip a chapter or two, other than perhaps a little fun.
Well, then, Nicole, I think we have ourselves another busted myth. And shh, don't tell anyone, But there have been some Sundays when the Bucheros came for Follow Me and left before worship because of something we had to do. So as long as you sneak out the back door, just kidding. It's just one more way we're offering some flexibility for everyone's schedules. All right, next myth. And this one is my personal favorite. That we have all of the volunteers and staff that we need to run Faith Formation. I know exactly how we can find some data for this one. We have a Sign Up Genius, sort of an online sign-up tool that we use for volunteers and staff to sign up to help with Follow Me. So why don't we take a quick look at how that sign up currently looks? Eek. Ugh. It's worse than I thought. I think this myth is definitely busted.
Yeah, during the last school year, we shifted only to doing all ages lessons because we simply did not have enough people to help lead breakout groups by age. Most Sundays, we need a total of 11 volunteers between the nursery, pre-K, Follow Me, and Kids Church. While the staff helps out as much as we can, we most certainly need more hands.
When the program works as it's designed on some Sundays, we want to return to splitting into age groups so that each age can get the most out of the program. On those Sundays, we need an additional 8 volunteers, which is 2 per class, per our child protection policy. Now, you might be wondering, what's involved? Well, many of these volunteers that Nicole and I were just speaking about are simply crowd control, AKA no preparation at all. Just show up and work alongside another adult leader. But we also do need some volunteers to help us lead. Having taught Sunday school in years past, whereas we used to have to prep for an hour and 15 minutes, Follow Me provides a ton of content, and all you need to do is simply pick and choose which activities to do for 20 minutes. If we have enough of a bench of volunteers, we may even need leaders only once or maybe twice a month. So how can you get involved? Well, see this week's Parish Life for details. Nicole, it seems like we have one more myth.
Yes, this is our last myth.
Wow, Nicole, this is a really tough one, that families are not coming back to church because of they don't think that we have anything to offer them. It certainly has been a pretty crazy few years here, and I certainly can say from my point of view as a parent that I'm pretty worn out. This myth actually feels a bit plausible to me.
Why do you think that it's plausible?
Well, I think that it's up to all of us to decide whether this is a myth that we want to confirm or bust. We just simply don't have enough data right now. It's up to us to decide whether we want to be a place where families choose to carry on their faith journey. We need Follow Me leaders to support breaking out into age groups. We need the congregation to reach out and share what we're doing here at First Pres. It's a new year coming up with a new normal, and so let's start it off strong. And if we each help in some way, help the faith formation ministries that are going on, I have no doubt that this is a myth that we can bust together.
I agree. And unlike those other Mythbusters, we do want you to try this at home and at church and at Timothy O'Toole's and back at church again. Come, join our team.